Today is Friday, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And sadly, this is not a cold. It's from the elation of the Knicks game last night. I think I lost my voice screaming so hard with that big win last night.
And I'm so excited that the Knicks were finally able to win. Again, I'm a Celtics fan, so I'm supposed to root against you guys, but I'd want to see a Knicks-Celtics Eastern Conference final. So I'm rooting for you guys to at least advance in the playoffs. But what a great way to wrap up yesterday. And today, well, we're talking about sunshine and warm temperatures. How about that? Look at those current conditions right now. Not nearly as warm as yesterday morning. 40s to start with clear skies. 44 in Rome, 41 in Hamilton. And it's dry. In Cooperstown, let's take a live look on Main Street. Currently 42 degrees there as well. And the radar, we're not expecting anything rain-wise for the entire day today and into tonight. But things will change as we approach the weekend. But we do have some good news regarding at least part of the weekend forecast. We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. But again, today, upper 60s, low 70s. Clouds will increase throughout the day, but these clouds will be thin and wispy way up in the sky, so they shouldn't block out the sun too much. But we are tracking a warmer start Saturday and then a cooler end of the weekend. We'll talk about that full weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Testimony in the
WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning. Welcome back. The time now is 5:13. We're taking a look at road conditions as you head to work today, as well as you head home from work in your evening commute. This morning, well, we're not talking about frost, but on your windshield, you could see some dew forming as those temperatures have fallen down into the low 40s. Some isolated spots have fallen into the upper 30s. So a little cooler this morning than yesterday, but not too bad. You want to grab that jacket, but beyond that, no impacts expected drive-wise heading to work today. You can see the road conditions first off along I-90 and the arterial. Speed's looking pretty okay. Average speed along the arterial currently sitting at 50 to 58 miles per hour in either direction. Secondly, if you're heading both east or westbound, either along Route 49 or Route 5S from Mohawk to Utica or Rome to Utica or back, those drive speeds looking okay. And then finally, in Otsego County and northern Utica and north of Utica, those drive times along Route 28 and Route 12 looking pretty average. And this morning, again, aside from the dew on your windshield, that's about it. Things are trending on the dry side for the entire day today. Partly sunny skies, a cool start, highs near 70 by this afternoon. So enjoy the dry weather today. We're going to see a little bit of it tomorrow, but the second half of the weekend looking a little bit more rainy. We'll talk about that forecast in full straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Anticipation is building on the campus of Utica University as the Pioneers football program.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Well, it was an absolutely beautiful day yesterday, and the nice weather and dry weather continues again for today to wrap up the work week. And as we head into the first weekend of May, it starts out dry, but the pattern for rain continues to arrive. Let's take a live look at downtown Utica right now. It's a almost crystal clear start to the day, and temperatures have cooled down into the 40s in a lot of areas. Currently 44 degrees at Griffiths and Rome. There's light dew on the grass, now on the windshield, but of course we are well above freezing, so no frost is currently over the area. Radar is quiet and dry this morning, and we're expecting an entirely dry day today as temperatures will surge from the 40s into the upper 60s to low 70s, so it's looking like a pretty nice day today. However, the clouds will start to increase as a short wave arrives from the southwest this evening and tonight, and this will not bring with it any rain for today, but the rain chances will increase as we approach the weekend. So again, the next dozen or so hours, we're calling for 50s to start, then up to 60s and 70s by the mid-afternoon. Great outdoor weather. Go for that dog walk. Go for any walk in general, or do some yard work today. Maybe mow the lawn, because as we head into the weekend, things are trending a bit more unsettled. But we do have some good news. The unfortunate thing is that this pattern we're seeing is not quite getting picked up well by some of the data and the models that we're using. And so the timing of the arrival of the rain is still uncertain. But in my opinion, because I don't want to be pessimistic or optimistic, I want to just give you guys the straight details on what I think could happen. I think we're going to start out dry, maybe a spotty shower here or there in the late morning, early afternoon, and then light rain will develop in the late evening and overnight. Regardless, it's going to be rainy and cool by Sunday. The uncertainty lies with the arrival of rain on Saturday. But again, I think we could see a window of dry weather move in, at least initially. And so today, again, dry start, backdoor cold front stalls off and those clouds burn off, and we're talking about sunshine in the afternoon. Then thin, wispy, high-level clouds move in this evening and tonight as temperatures surge into the upper 60s to low 70s. And then overnight, mostly cloudy skies. And here's that frontal boundary right there, that short wave. And this is 7 a.m. tomorrow, right on our doorstep, possibly a spotty shower. Then things kind of weaken and diminish for a little bit. And this is the uncertainty that lies with this forecast, because any slight change could produce a brief light shower here and there. But regardless, as we head into Saturday night and Sunday, this is when the widespread rain will continue to arrive, and it's going to be cool with 50s and rain by Sunday and it's Sunday evening and Sunday night. And so your 7-day forecast, well, a nice day today, 60s tomorrow, rain developing in the late afternoon and early evening at the earliest, then cool and rainy for Sunday, 60s and 70s by Monday and Tuesday of next week. So as soon as we exit the weekend, we're looking at dry weather and sunshine as we head to the beginning of next week. We'll be right back.
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
What a gorgeous day yesterday.
Beautiful. The sun was shining. I had shorts out. I was going for a walk. It was beautiful. And weather is nice today. Not nearly as sunny. You have a few clouds moving in, but it's going to be warmer. Highs in the upper 60s, low 70s. We'll take that.
Yeah, we sure will.
Yes, beautiful Friday. In fact, look at the conditions out there right now. It's not quite warm just yet. As a matter of fact, it's cooler this morning than it was yesterday morning. Currently 44 in Rome, 39 in Hamilton. We're not below freezing, so there is no frost expected this morning at all. And a live look in Cooperstown right now. Well, you can see the faded sunshine way in the background, zooming in beyond Main Street at this point. And the radar is looking, again, quiet and dry early this morning. And throughout the day today, we're talking about a sunny start. Then some clouds will increase throughout the afternoon and the evening. But these clouds will be thin and wispy. They shouldn't block out the sun too much. And of course, those temperatures climbing into the upper 60s to low 70s. Following today, well, we could be seeing a window of dry weather to start the weekend, but it's trending more rainy as we approach the end of Saturday and early Sunday. We're going to talk about that weekend forecast in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Across the country, thousands of demonstrators have been arrested.
Welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. As we are approaching the weekend, let's take a final look at our weather photo of the day. And this one is a great shot submitted to us in Waterville by Peggy Ann. And this gives me a reminder for those of you who used to work on those computers back in the early 2000s. The background picture looks awfully familiar to this. I wonder if that picture, I'm pretty sure it wasn't, but I wonder if that picture was taken in this meadow. But you can see here lots of dandelions. And again, it's dandelion season now. It's pollen season, but it's also blooming season for a lot of things, including trees. and so we'll continue to see a lot more greenery in the next few days, as the first week of May usually brings a lot more greenery to our area in central New York. The radar right now is dry and quiet. We are expecting entirely dry conditions for today, so if you have any outdoor plans, outdoor activities or yard work expected, or just working outside today, it's going to be great weather for that. Talking about lower humidity and temperatures approaching near 70. But to start out, it is a little cool, upper 40s, some spots low 40s. We are tracking that warm up and what you can expect for the weekend in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Hundreds of high school students were given a chance on Thursday.
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. We are entering day 3 of our dry weather stretch. And so far, it's a cool start, but we warm up warmer than yesterday into the low 70s. Alive at Oneonta, something interesting is going on right now. We're looking on our satellite feed. Usually we have a system called nighttime microphysics. We can actually see the fog layers from the way up in the satellite. This is a bit of an invisible fog layer, not quite picked up on satellite feeds at this point, but we have a stunning sunrise in the backdrop right there looking to the east, and that low-level fog continuing to push from the east into parts of the I-88 corridor, but this will primarily stick to areas east. We're going to look at a few cameras along I-90 in the next hour as we head to the 6 o'clock hour and see if we can see any fog there as well. Currently, it's 44 degrees with clear skies here in Utica. That temperature officially recorded at Griffiths and Rome. And across a lot of our local area, it's entirely dry, and expect an entirely dry day today with temperatures quickly surging into the 50s, 60s, and eventually low 70s by this afternoon. So a beautiful day, although clouds will be a bit more prevalent in the sky compared to yesterday. It won't block out the sun too much. We're talking about partly sunny skies with thin wispy clouds way up in the atmosphere as you look at the next dozen or so hours. But looking ahead to the weekend, as we mentioned earlier on, there is some good news regarding part of the weekend. It's a dry start Saturday, and there's a lot of inconsistency with the data we're receiving on when the exact time of the rain arrives. But I think widespread rain won't arrive at least until late in the evening, overnight. Maybe a few spotty showers east here and there to start out. But I want to be more optimistic about the weekend. But regardless, Sunday, it's trending cool and it's trending rainy with temperatures in the 50s. Our skycast today shows that, again, that backdoor cold front bringing in some patchy fog and low-level clouds that will whisk away. This afternoon, partly sunny skies, temperatures upper 60s, low 70s. And then following that, clouds will increase tonight. A dry start for a lot of folks early Saturday. But you can see we're right on the fringe of that warm front, that short wave into our local area. And it will start to weaken a little bit before strengthening again overnight and into early Sunday. So again, your 7-day forecast calls for 70s today, 60s tomorrow, then down into the 50s by Sunday with widespread rain. And then by Monday and Tuesday, we dry out again with upper 60s, mid 70s, and plenty of sunshine. Gary?
Eric, thanks. We have a story for you right now, including millions of U.S. children who are
The
living.
news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And I did strain my vocal cords last night watching that Knicks game, boy. It was like a heart attack almost.
Yeah, well, they won, and maybe it might face my Celtics
Let's hope.
down the line. Let's hope.
Yeah.
And to the weather this morning, well, following that, we got a nice day today. Cool start.
3 in a row, huh?
3 in a row. We got warmer temperatures compared to yesterday, but to start, not a warmer start. In fact, live look outside right now from our camera in Oneonta. We are seeing some fog out in the distance, but a very striking sunrise right there with those thin, wispy clouds in the distance. And expect the temperatures this morning to remain in the 40s in some spots, in the low 30s, and at least upper 30s in others. Currently 39 in Hamilton, 43 degrees officially in Rome. A little warmer as you head both east and west to Rochester and Albany. Radar is quiet and dry early this morning, and we're expecting completely dry weather for the entire day today, with clouds increasing. These clouds won't be blocking out the sun too much, though. These will be thin and wispy way up in the sky. And again, upper 60s, low 70s. Beautiful weather today. Enjoy it now, because we head into the weekend. Well, we start out dry Saturday, looking a little bit dicey regarding rain chances for Saturday night. And then, of course, cooler and rainier weather expected for Sunday. We're going to talk about the detailed weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Testimony in the criminal hush.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Great shot of the sunrise right there. Happy Friday, everyone. We have a look at what you can expect as you head to work today and as you head home from work today on your Munson Commute Cast. First off, a look at the road conditions along I-90 down interchange 28 near Fultonville. The reason why I bring this up is because we are tracking the arrival of a backdoor cold front that could produce some foggy conditions in areas to the east. Now, this is clear, but as we turn our attention to Oneonta, we can see that fog layer taking up right over parts of the city at this point. And again, the direction is eastbound. Areas to the west are not seeing this fog layer shape up at this point. In fact, one of our sky watchers up in Inlet is also reporting the arrival of some of this fog. But that's about it regarding impacts to your travel. There is also some dew on your windshield this morning, but no frost. Temperatures are still comfortably above freezing. And those road conditions still looking okay. No accidents to report, so you can see those drive times all across central New York looking pretty okay. The drive speeds as well, nothing out of the ordinary. And finally, if you take a look at Otsego County and north of Utica on Route 28 and Route 12, those drive times looking average. And again, this morning, aside from that fog to the east, in some higher elevations, partly sunny skies expected, and pretty much out the entire day today as those temperatures climb into the low 70s. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Anticipation is building on the campus of Utica University.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. We are now on day 3 of great weather here in central New York. Completely dry temperatures, although starting out a little cooler, warming up quickly into the upper 60s to potentially low 70s. A live look at Oneonta right now, continuing to track that amazing sunrise here across the area in downtown Utica. And the backdrop right here, the sun is still shining, temperatures in the 40s with calm winds, and with the temperature right around the dew point, that's causing, of course, dew to form on windshields and lawns. However, since we are well above freezing, no frost is expected. And the radar, of course, is looking pretty dry, and we are expecting dry weather for sunrise to sundown today. That might not quite be the case as we approach the weekend. More on that in just a second. But again, today, the next dozen or so hours, well, we're talking about 50s to start, then eventually upper 60s, low 70s. Now, we are seeing increasing clouds, but these clouds will be thinner. They shouldn't block out the sun too much. Overall, it's going to be a very pleasant day here all across central New York. And look at that weekend forecast. Still, we have a lot of uncertainty with the data coming in about the exact arrival of the rain. We don't want to pinpoint an exact hour because there's so much inconsistency with that on Saturday. But what I can tell you from my intuition is that it's going to start out dry with maybe a spotty shower here or there, not widespread rain to start. But as the evening and overnight approaches, that shortwave moves in, and we're talking about a steady light rain initially Saturday night. Regardless, it's going to be rainy and cool on Sunday with temperatures in the 50s. So again, the uncertain day is tomorrow, but I think we can get a good window of dry weather for most of the day before that widespread rain continues to arrive. And so on our Skycast, this morning we are tracking that backdoor cold front, bringing in some patchy fog. That will diminish as the morning continues on in areas east, while most of us see plenty of sunshine this afternoon, increasing clouds by this evening and tonight, and then heading into Saturday, again, we're right on the doorstep of rain showers, but things will diminish for a little bit in the afternoon before more rain arrives as we approach the overnight hours into early Sunday morning. And so for today, we're starting out in the 40s, up into the 70s by this afternoon. Then by tonight, we cool right back down into the 50s with mostly cloudy skies. And your 7-day forecast, we've got a dry start tomorrow, 65 the high, then to the 50s on Sunday, cooling down a little bit. We're back into the 60s to 70s by Monday and Tuesday of next week with completely dry weather. Gary?
Eric, thanks for the great news.
I'll try my best.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
3 in a row.
We're on number 3,
Yeah.
and potentially at least 3.5 in a row for tomorrow, depending on how the rain shapes up. We'll talk about that in a few minutes, but let's talk about today.
Yeah.
Because it's nice out. Well, it's a cool start, sunshine, and 70s for the
Yeah,
high
I can't
today.
wait.
Can't wait for the beautiful weather today. And a matter of fact, a live look outside right now in Cooperstown. It's a quiet start to the day. Winds not nearly as breezy as yesterday, and the greenery just keeps showing up more and more as the first few days of May typically bring a lot of the foliage, the green foliage, back to us here in central New York. Current temperature of 39 in Rome, 43, or 39 in Hamilton, 43 in Rome. And so it's a cool start to the day, but it's quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And throughout the day today, well, we're talking about sunshine to start, partly sunny skies by the afternoon with temperatures climbing into the upper 60s to low 70s. Now, these clouds moving in will be thin and wispy, shouldn't block out the sun too much. So overall, a beautiful day is expected for today. And then by tonight, clouds will increase, and we're tracking a dry start tomorrow, but we are on the fringe of rain showers arriving from the west. We'll talk about that in detail in that forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Across the country, thousands.
Welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. And as we are heading into the last day of the work week, or showing our final weather photo of the day, or just photo of the day, I want to keep it a bit more generic as we head into the next few months, because not a lot of photos don't have to be just weather. They can be just any adorable photo you submit to us here at News Channel 2 at sunrise. But to start, this is a photo we want to showcase because this was taken in Waterville of a dandelion field, and this gave me some memories back when I was younger on those older computers. If those of you that remember working on them, they had that background with the blue sky and that meadow. I don't think it's the same meadow, but it looks fairly similar. So regardless, it's a beautiful shot right there of all those dandelions taken by Peggy Ann. If you want to submit a photo like this one, or just any photo in general that you think is either adorable or just showcasing the beautiful weather and scenery here in central New York, send the link on top of your screen, wktv.com/weather/pics. And this morning, well, the radar is looking dry, and we are expecting completely dry weather during the daytime today and into tonight. But those temperatures, although starting out on the cool side in the 40s and 30s in some spots, 40 in Cooperstown, 46 in Whitesboro, we warm up pretty quickly into the 50s, 60s, eventually low 70s by this afternoon. So let's enjoy the dry and nice weather today, because we could be cooling down by the second half of the weekend. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Hundreds of high school students were given a chance on Thursday to understand
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Friday. The first weekend of May is here, and yet again, it's not looking entirely dry, but we might have a window of dry weather to start out the weekend. First, we'll take a live look at downtown Utica right now. What will be a beautiful day today. We got wispy clouds way up in the sky, temperatures in the 40s, so it's a little bit of a cool start. We turn our attention, though, to Oneonta, and we've got some fog starting to lift. This was a clear scene about an hour ago, and now we are looking into the foggy conditions with the sunrise currently taking place over the hills in Delaware County at this point. Skywatchers, though, checking in across the area in the 40s in a lot of spots. 45, Mike in New Hartford, Bob in Clinton, 48. Todd out in Westdale with 40 degrees. Heading up into the North Country, Bill and Sean in Old Forge Inlet checking in with 41 and 39 degrees. And then to the south, Scott and Evanston with 41 degrees. Deb and Hartwick 46, Mark in Milford 42, Gary and Skeemus 40, and finally Stewart and Cooperstown with 43 degrees. And the radar is quiet and dry this morning, and throughout the day today also expect completely dry weather with increasing clouds, but again, these clouds will be thin and wispy, those cirrus clouds way up in the sky made of ice crystals. And so for today, besides those clouds, it's pretty nice. Temperatures are rising into the upper 60s to low 70s. As we head into the weekend, though, it's not looking nearly as pleasant. Well, to start Saturday, it's going to be dry, and there's still a lot of inconsistency in the data we have with exactly when those rain showers start. But our gut feeling, my intuition, and overall what we've been seeing over the past few weekends, these rain showers starting, I think it's going to be dry to start. And then maybe a few spotty stray showers here and there. Then the widespread light rain over a lot of the area looks to arrive later on in the evening and overnight. And following that, then here comes a cooler day with rain showers on Sunday. This is more certain. Again, the uncertainty is the exact arrival time of rain on Saturday. It's going to rain during the weekend, just fine-tuning exactly when that rain arrives. And so in our Skycast, we've got that backdoor cold front bringing in some fog in Oneonta and the other areas up near Inlet. That's whisking away, and we're talking about sunshine and temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s. A few high-level clouds move through, and then we cool down into the low 50s with a start of the day dry on Saturday, and then some rain showers right on the fringe of our area by Saturday morning. And so the next 12 hours, again, looking pretty beautiful. Upper 60s, low 70s, partly sunny skies by tonight. We're down into the low 50s with mostly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast. Following today, well, looking a little bit more unsettled for the weekend, especially Sunday. You warm back up, though, into the 60s and 70s by Monday and Tuesday following the weekend. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, millions of U.S. children are living with anxiety.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
With 3 days in a row of great weather, boy. This is quite a run we're on.
We're on day 3, and thank you. I'll take the credit.
You deserve it.
Listen, if it's raining on the weekend, I deserve the blame. So if it's sunny out, maybe I deserve a little bit of the credit. I'm just kidding. But it's nice out. It's sunny, and it's a cool start warming up into the 70s.
Yeah.
70s this afternoon. Beautiful weather. But before we get to that, a look outside because we are tracking a backdoor cold front that's producing some fog in some locations. We have a live-looking Old Forge right now along Main Street, and you can see Route 28 in the distance. That fog is spreading out over some parts of the area. You can see it in the far distance faintly on our Cavity Tower camera looking into the Mohawk Valley, but you can see the cloud layer right there in Oneonta blocking our view from the city. And overall, it's a foggy start in areas east, a sunny start in areas to the west. Currently 47 in Rome, 43 in Hamilton, so we're up a few degrees within the last hour as that stronger May sun is working to mix that boundary layer and reduce that fog. And those conditions on the radar, of course, pretty dry. And expect dry weather throughout the entire day today, starting out with sunshine, then partly sunny skies by the afternoon and the evening. More clouds in the sky today compared to yesterday. And but again, it's upper 60s, low 70s. Can't ask for better weather in early May. Following today, though, we are tracking a dry start on Saturday, but potential for unsettled weather as we head into the rest of the weekend. We'll talk about that weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Testimony in the criminal...
KTV. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Friday, everyone. We start out the day on the cooler side, warming up, though, into the 60s and 70s. with sunshine and partly sunny skies by the afternoon. A live look at downtown Utica right now. We got thin, wispy cirrus clouds in the distance, but it's a beautiful shot and will be a fantastic wrap up to the work week. Again, with completely dry weather from sunrise to sunset. We are looking at the weakening and the eventual dissipation of some fog taking place in Oneonta early this morning as that backdoor cold front has swept through parts of central New York and areas to the east. And overall, again, it's a cool start. Temperatures in the 30s, at least upper 30s, low 40s. We bottomed out at 45 Mike in New Hartford, currently 48 Bob in Clinton, 40 with Todd out in Westdale, 41 with Bill in Old Forge, 39 with Sean in Inlet. And in the south, Stewart and Cooperstown with 43 degrees, Scott and Evanston with 41 degrees, and then it's still in the 40s as you head through Hartwick, Milford, and Schenevus. Radar is quiet and dry this morning, and expect the dry weather to continue for the next dozen or so hours, with temperatures climbing into the upper 60s, low 70s. But how about that weekend forecast? How are things shaping up? Well, we've got better news regarding Saturday. It's not looking to be a complete washout from sunrise to sunset, but besides a dry start, there could be a spotty shower in the early morning to the early afternoon with the widespread rainfall arriving later on. Temperatures in the 60s, so it's not going to be, again, a complete washout, but the better chance for widespread rain will be on Sunday. Rainy and cool, high 56. There's uncertainty in the arrival of rain on Saturday, but besides the uncertainty with the arrival, we are certain that it's going to rain on the weekend, especially Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. But to our skycast, again, that backdoor cold front bringing in some patchy fog and low-level clouds that since weakening. Sunshine moving in this afternoon and temperatures climbing into the upper 60s to low 70s. Then clouds increase tonight. We're right on the fringe of some rain showers early Saturday morning, some spotty late rain here and there, and then things could dry out initially before we expect some more rain to arrive in the evening and overnight into early Sunday morning, and that'll be the cooler of the 2 weekend days. Next 12 hours, upper 60s, low 70s, a beautiful Friday. Tonight, we're down into the 50s with increasing clouds. 7-day forecast. We got warmer weather following the weekend on Monday and Tuesday.
My late father-in-law.
News with Ben Kinney and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ben Kinney in for Gary.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And a beautiful day out there. And on the Cavity Tower cam, seeing a lot more green.
Yes, that's the main story, is that it's green out.
It's sunny, it's warm, it's
spring.
It's spring. It's a great end. It's a great end of the work week and a great start to the first weekend of May. A live look, as Ben mentioned, in the Cavity Tower camera. We got lots of green out there, the skies. There is some faded sunshine right now with those thin, wispy cirrus clouds, but overall things are shaping up pretty dry. No rain is currently expected, and temperature of 66 degrees. Very nice out there this afternoon. And around the state in Rome, a degree cooler, 65 officially, and 66 in Hamilton, 70 up in Watertown with warmer temperatures out to the west. And the radar right now is quiet and dry, but yet again, as we approach the weekend, those rain chances will continue to rise. We're tracking potential for rain heading into Saturday and Sunday, but not the entire weekend. Looks to be a washout. More on that in just a few minutes. But again, today, enjoy the nice and dry weather. If you have any outdoor plans, outdoor chores, enjoy them today or get them done today as we're looking at completely dry weather. Clouds will increase this evening and tonight. Lows will fall down into the mid to low 50s. And again, we have a look at that detailed weekend forecast straight ahead. Gary, I'm used to this. Ben, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. A Utica man is facing weapons.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. What a beautiful day it was yesterday, and so far today, it's shaping up to be another one. a few more clouds in the sky, but overall great weather to go out and even open those windows as you get back from work today. Let your house air out, let in all that fresh air. It's dry for the entire afternoon and evening, and even into the early overnight before things will start to turn a little bit more unsettled by the weekend. But for now, let's enjoy the beautiful dry weather. A live look at Oneonta right now from our camera atop Partwick College. You can see those thin, wispy cirrus clouds way up in the sky and a lot more greenery taking place in the Oneonta area. Current temperature of 63 degrees at this point. And the radar is quiet and dry, but we zoom out a little bit. There's those rain showers yet again. Mother Nature has decided that we didn't have enough weekend rain. How about more weekend rain? But the good news is, similar to what we saw over the past few weekends, not every hour or moment of the weekend is going to be a washout. In fact, Saturday, there will be a few spotty rain showers in the morning in some locations, primarily north of the Mohawk Valley. But this isn't going to be a widespread rain event all day long. In fact, we could see a window of dry weather move in for most of the day. There is still a lot of uncertainty when the rain officially arrives. We know it's going to arrive, and it's going to be rainy and cool Sunday as that low pressure system arrives. But with the uncertainty with the rain showers arriving, we have left Saturday with a dry start and then spotty rain currently in that forecast. But as we cool down Sunday, we do eventually warm up as you head into Monday. But again, our Skycast, we started out in the 40s this morning, up into the 60s this afternoon. We're going to climb into the upper 60s to low 70s. And then by this evening, we cool back down into the 50s tonight with mostly cloudy skies. And you can see here, we are on the fringe of some rain showers early Saturday morning. Notice some spots north seeing some rain, but we're going to get that south wind kind of pushing away the rain as hard as it can. A bit of a battle zone taking place over central New York. And at least what we think is the dry air will win out for the early part of the day. But as we head into the evening, the rain showers will eventually begin to move in. And you can see here a rainy overnight. Sunday morning starts out with clouds and rain, and then widespread rain moves through the area pretty much throughout the entire day on Sunday. So the better the two weekend days, obviously, is going to be on Saturday. But for today, again, started out in the 40s. We are quickly warming up into the upper 60s to low 70s. Clouds increasing. And then tonight, we're down into the 50s with mostly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast this weekend, well, starting out nice, then cooling down. But as with the tradition of the past several weeks, as soon as the weekend ends, how about sunshine?
Yeah,
Decides to
why
return
not?
once more. We can't
Why not?
have we can't have nice things, I guess, in New York.
No,
but,
we can't. It's New York.
but maybe we shift the weekend. Can we move Monday and Tuesday this week to Thursday and Friday? Or
I'll see why not.
I guess I'm confusing myself, but
Yeah,
basically moving
no.
an extra day so we can move that weekend back a
Yeah.
little bit.
All right. Thank you very much, Bill. I mean, Eric. I told you I was going to get you back. Attorneys for Idaho quadrupled with a time lapse of the last few days since April 23rd, and just play it through because you can't really
Yeah.
tell a difference except for a couple days.
Yeah, and I was doing this project at least since, as you mentioned, April 23rd, and you can kind of see behind us the slow evolution of the greenery starting to arrive in Oneonta. As a matter of fact, I'll replay it, zooming into in your full screen so you can see exactly how this thing shapes up right here. So again, here's the start, April 23rd, then 24th, 25th, 26th, 28th, 29th, 30th, 1st, 2nd, and then now the 3rd of April today. And look at all that greenery that is currently taking place all across the area. And a live look right now, of course, same story. It's May 3rd, plenty of sunshine, faded clouds way up in the sky, but these clouds aren't blocking the sun out too much as we're tracking sunshine in 60s in the Mohawk Valley, 65 degrees in Rome, 66 to the south in Hamilton. And the radar right now is still looking pretty dry. However, this will change as we head into the weekend. We are tracking potential rain showers for Saturday, especially Saturday night, and the best chance for rain being on Sunday. But for the next 12 hours, enjoy the beautiful dry weather, 70s, faded sunshine, and low humidity, because as we head into the next few days, it cools down a little bit, especially on Sunday. We're going to talk a bit about that weekend forecast in detail straight ahead. Ben?
Thank you very much, Eric. Every 3 seconds and 14 minutes, someone in the U.S. dies of a stroke, according to the CDC. But knowing the signs and getting help quickly can mean the difference between life.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back. After 2 beautiful days, we are looking at another great day with sunshine, temperatures already in the 60s, and pretty dry weather. A live look outside in just a minute. But first, again, this is a great afternoon to open up those windows, let in all that fresh air. In case you haven't just yet this season, do so today, because as you approach the weekend, we've got rain chances, and so a bit of a less of a chance to air out the house. But again, great weather for open windows, great weather for outdoor activities. Maybe fire up the grill tonight too, if you want to do that, or do some yard work as well. A live look outside in Oneonta, plenty of sunshine, faded high-level cirrus clouds way up in the sky that aren't blocking up the sunshine too much. And on the radar, you can see here, all across the area, completely dry weather. But as soon as we think we're in the clear for having a dry weekend maybe, let's turn our attention to the west. Here comes another frontal boundary. Mother Nature just doesn't want us to have a dry weekend, does she? But again, it's a dry afternoon and dry evening. This rain won't even arrive at the very earliest until early tomorrow morning. And it will do so in some locations, primarily north of the Mohawk Valley. Initially, a few spotty light showers, but after that, we got an eastern wind that should win the battle a few hours during the day to keep things mostly dry. And so for your weekend forecast, we've got a dry start, aside from those spotty rain showers, and then rain will arrive in the evening and overnight with temperatures in the 60s. So it'll be the warmest of the 2 weekend days. Following that on Sunday, we're tracking rainy and cool conditions with temperatures falling into the mid-50s for highs. And so in our Skycast, again this morning, we had an easterly wind bringing in some faded clouds and patchy fog. This afternoon, upper 60s, low 70s. Clouds will start to increase from the west. And then by tonight, mostly cloudy skies, lows falling down into the 50s. You can see rain showers are right on our doorstep, but we've got this easterly wind doing its best to keep our area dry tomorrow morning. And it might win out for most of the morning and afternoon, but as we approach the evening, that wind is just not strong enough, and that frontal boundary eventually pushes through, and we'll start to see some rain showers initially Saturday evening, and then lingering throughout the overnight, and then all throughout Sunday, bringing rain showers until the evening and overnight. And so for today, it was a chilly start, relatively, in the 40s. We're up into the 70s this afternoon and this evening, with clouds increasing, and then tonight, those 70s turn to 50s with mostly cloudy skies. And your 7-day forecast, well, we start out the weekend in the 60s, Sunday in the 50s, but as soon as the weekend wraps up, we're back into the 60s again on Monday, 70s by Tuesday with dry weather. Rain showers look to arrive as we head into Monday. Ben?
Thank you very much, Eric. We're back with
The forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis. Top 10 spring day today. Beautiful out there.
So nice out, and it looks like things are going to be shaping up better for Saturday, a little bit worse for Sunday. So maybe not a complete washout for both weekend days. It's been a while since we've had a completely dry weekend day. Maybe Saturday is it. I encourage you to enjoy this evening. It's really nice. 73 degrees, sunshine. We've got low humidity, a light breeze, just a beautiful spring day. And again, as we look at the radar, things are looking quiet across the region. That will be the case as we head into tonight. And we think for most of tomorrow. Saturday is trending drier. There's still a very small chance for rain, but I think it's going to be very limited to the late in the day and south of the Mohawk Valley. Sunday, though, is trending wetter. Looks like Sunday is close to a washout and cooler, too. Looking ahead, the weather looks very warm heading into next week. Temperatures will be running above average. Mostly cloudy skies this evening. Again, some sunshine out there, too. Some faded sun. Temperatures in the 60s. We're going to take a look at that weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Continuing coverage now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Turning out to be a beautiful day. The weekend is trending better, at least one of the weekend days. That would be Saturday. And it looks like the rain is going to stay generally south of our area Saturday afternoon. And that means temperatures are going to be warmer. We bumped up the high to 69. It might even hit 70. We're not going to go that far here. It all depends on the sunshine. But we are confident that Sunday will be wet and much cooler. In fact, rain on Sunday looks to last most of the day. So a clear winner here for outdoor plans. I would definitely recommend Saturday over Sunday. Live look at downtown Utica. How about tonight? 71 degrees. Beautiful. Some high clouds, just a lovely spring day, and everything is in bloom, and things are greening up very quickly. Take a look at this picture from Jonathan Bartlett, the soft maple in bloom. A lot of trees starting to green up here, and again, that process happens really fast. I think if you're not seeing green yet in your backyard, if you're in the higher elevations, just a matter of time as that warmer weather arrives. So live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look quiet. Just a reminder, while the weather is getting warmer and some of you are really getting anxious to get out and start planting, you're going to want to hold off still for another week or two. Even though there's no frost in the forecast, we can still get it in May. Thinking late May is going to be your best bet for most of the area. Early June for pockets of the Adirondacks, that's when we typically have our final frost of the season. Very warm day today, not thinking about frost on a day like today. 73 in Westmoreland. Westernville 76, Outer Lake 69, even in the 70s in the Adirondacks. Cooperstown 71, Oneonta with 72 degrees. Again, we're keeping an eye to the west. This area of rain is expected to weaken and dry out as it slowly pushes to the east. It will eventually get here and recharge itself as we head into Sunday. And again, that's why we're thinking Sunday is going to be wetter compared to Saturday. Tonight, looking at partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop into the low 50s. On Saturday, looking at mostly cloudy skies. There will be a few sprinkles possible across the North Country in the morning, but as you can see, a lot of this ends up drying out. So thinking the majority of Saturday is going to be dry for most areas. Temperatures look to climb into the upper 60s. Not the case as we head into Sunday. Sunday morning, 7 a.m., some light rain showers, and we're thinking it's more of a steadier rain in the afternoon. Look at these temperatures in the low 50s, even upper 40s, so much cooler on Sunday. Mostly cloudy skies tonight, low of 52. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. Again, the majority of the day dry, a high temperature of 69. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Wet Sunday, 56. Monday, Tuesday, partly sunny skies. Temperatures warm up. Rain showers return on Wednesday, as well as Thursday and Friday with high temperatures in the upper 60s. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to take a look at how the weather will be affecting the pollen count over the next couple of days.
Hopefully in a good way. All right, Bill, thank you.
Millions of people. Absolutely. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. What do you got cooking, Bill?
Well, we're getting ready for spring. If you're going to be doing some work in the garden, the weather should be okay tomorrow. Sunday looks to be a washout. You don't need to water, and like we mentioned before, you're going to want to be careful what you plant because we can still get frost here early in the month of May. Even though there's none in the forecast, we're still asking folks to hold off on planting until the end of May, as we still can get frost. It's just too far out to tell this far in advance. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It's dry. It's turning out to be a wonderful day, and it will be a nice start to the weekend. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s on Saturday. Cool Sunday with rain. Temperatures trending warmer than average as we look ahead to early next week. Great night to take the dog or dogs out for a walk. Temperatures will be very comfortable in the upper 60s with mostly sunny skies. Tonight's featured dogs, Maisie and Sadie from Dolgeville. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We've got to look at that weekend forecast coming up. Back over to you.
The Richfield Springs.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're getting you ready for the weekend. We're going to start out by looking at the pollen count. It still remains relatively high tomorrow, and that's because the weather is trending drier for Saturday. But on Sunday, the levels come down, only to rise again as you head into Monday and Tuesday. Again, because of the wet weather, that should help clean the air out, only temporarily. Again, if you suffer from allergies, Sunday should at least give you some relief. Here's a look at the weekend forecast again. We made some changes here. Saturday is trending drier. We also bumped up the temperature up to 69. We might even hit 70. It just depends on how much sunshine we get. And yes, we might see some sunshine on Saturday. Sunday, things still look gloomy and wet, and it looks like a washout Sunday with temperatures in the mid-50s. Doesn't look like a heavy rain, but it should be persistent, and it looks to last most of the day. Beautiful afternoon today. Sunshine, nice and warm, less windy. Temperatures in the low 70s. It is dry, and it stays dry as we head into this evening and tonight. Let's check on our sky watchers. Our neighbors checking in with the temperature. Bob and Clinton 62, Whitesboro, Kirsten with 69, Norway with 71, Jeff and Mohawk 71 degrees, Eric and Inlet 72, Skineva 75, and Westford checking in with 67. Our eyes are to the west for the weekend weather. There's going to be a very slow-moving cold front that will be arriving, and it's been slowing down, and again, that does look better for Saturday, but not so great for Sunday with that system basically parking itself in central New York. Storm Tracker 2 skycast tonight. We're dry, partly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop down into the low 50s. Saturday starts out dry. There's a very small chance of a shower north in the morning, but the majority of Saturday looks dry. Temperatures look to climb into the upper 60s across the area. Heading into Saturday nights, the weather starts to cloud up. We're expecting widespread rain as we head into Sunday morning. 7 a.m. temperatures in the 40s. Just a chilly day Sunday with highs only in the low to mid 50s across the area. Forecast for tonight, again, partly cloudy skies, a low temperature of 52. Some breaks of sunshine Saturday, otherwise mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the upper 60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Rain on Sunday, 56. Monday and Tuesday, the sun's back out and it warms up. 69 Monday, 74 Tuesday. The chance for rain on Wednesday and showers as we look ahead to Thursday and Friday. We'll be right back.
For a first look at the forecast at 6, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Beautiful day today. It looks like we're going to luck out to start the weekend. I think we'll be able to squeeze out a dry Saturday, which we have not had very much luck with the weekends here lately with all the rain. Temperature this evening, look at this, 73 degrees. It's warm. We've seen just a few high clouds, faded sunshine, less wind. It's been a lovely day. Again, part of this weather spills into Saturday. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. It stays dry. Again, Saturday is trending drier. Sunday is trending wetter. Looks like Sunday is going to be the washout. So a clear winner here of the two days to be outdoors is Saturday. Mild and pleasant. Weather continues as we head into the beginning of next week. Mostly cloudy skies, faded sunshine here this evening, temperatures in the 60s. We're tracking when that rain arrives for Sunday, and that's coming up. Back over to you.
All right, Bill, thank you. Downtown Utica's Liberty Bell.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're tracking some drier weather as we head into Saturday. There's been a change of the forecast here. Saturday is looking drier, warmer, and we might even see a few breaks of sunshine. So we are feeling a little bit more optimistic about it than we did earlier this week. Sunday, on the other hand, we're pretty confident it is going to be wet and cool. That rain, I think, is going to be hanging around for most of the day. So if you're looking to do anything outdoors, we have a clear winner here. Saturday is going to be your better bet. Compared to Sunday. The pollen will also respond to this weather too. We think the levels will be higher Saturday compared to Sunday. The rain on Sunday should knock the levels down, but it's only temporary. The levels start to rise as we head into early next week. With the weather being warmer, even though there's no frost in the forecast, this is just a reminder that you want to be careful what you plant this time of the year because we can still get frost in mid to late May. Even though we can't see if that's going to be the case this far out, this is what is typical for our area. So usually the end of May, then it becomes safe to plant. In fact, in parts of the Adirondacks, sometimes it's until early June. Live look at downtown Utica, temperature of 70 degrees, some faded sunshine. Everything is coming back to life. The trees are starting to green up. This picture taken of a soft maple in bloom from Jonathan Bartlett. It is looking a lot greener here. It happens very quickly. It's usually about a week where the leaves really start to bloom. Again, looking at dry weather for this evening. If you're looking to get out and enjoy it, it's going to be a nice one. Some clouds will eventually return tonight. Whitesboro, 69 degrees. Cassville, Helen with 70. Jeff and Mohawk, 71 degrees. Even in the 70s in the Adirondacks, Old Forge 70 and Eric and Inlet with 72. Deb and Hartwick with 70. We're tracking our next weather maker to the west. It's a slow mover, and that's why things have changed. It looks like it's not going to get here until Sunday. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Can't rule out a sprinkle to the north first thing tomorrow morning, but you'll notice that this doesn't last for very long. In fact, the majority of the day looks dry for central New York with temperatures in the upper 60s. Saturday night, clouds thicken up. We're expecting rain to return by Sunday, and check it out. The rain looks to be widespread for most of Sunday afternoon, and it looks much cooler with temperatures in the 50s. Tonight, mostly cloudy, a low of 52. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 60s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Next week looks warm. Temperatures will be close to 70 on Monday into the low 70s Tuesday. Rain returns on Wednesday with showers on Thursday and Friday. We'll be right back. Just kidding, we won't be right back. We're back now.
We're here and getting it done. All right, thank you, Bill.
All right, Bill, thanks.
Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. Hamilton, just Bill Cardis.
Good evening, Jason. Good evening, everyone. It turned out to be a lovely day today. I think some of this weather spills into the weekend. Saturday looks to be the better of the two weekend days. Saturday's been trending drier. We've been talking about the chance for rain all week long. It looks like the rain chances on Saturday will be very, very limited. Most of the day looks dry. On Sunday, it's trending wetter and cooler. So it looks like there's a clear winner here of the two weekend days if you're trying to spend it outdoors. Looking ahead to next week, the weather looks to warm up. Looking at sunshine to start Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures look to be above average here. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop into the low 50s. Again, looks like a nice Saturday. We're going to look at that weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Continuing coverage.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're tracking the forecast heading into the weekend. It looks like Saturday is going to be the better of the two weekend days to spend outdoors. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 60s. We're not expecting the sunshine that we had today, but it still looks to be generally pleasant. And that's going to change Sunday. Saturday night into Sunday, a very slow-moving cold front arrives. Look at the temperatures here. We're looking at highs only in the 50s, and we think most of Sunday looks wet, especially the late mornings through early afternoon. Here's what the rain does to the pollen count. It'll knock it down for Sunday, but for the most part, while the weather stays dry, the pollen stays high. We're in that time of the year where that's going to be the case here for the next couple of weeks. With the weather getting warmer, and with overnight lows getting warmer, we don't see a frost over the next 7 days. However, it's still too early to plant because we can still get frost even until the mid to end of May, even though it's too far into the future to know if that's going to happen in the world of weather forecasting. We're still recommending folks just wait another week or two just so that we can be sure. In fact, some places, especially in the Adirondacks, typically have their last frost in early June. So again, it's too early to be planting certain types of plants that are very sensitive to frost. Beautiful sunrise photo I wanted to share. This is from Russell Berry. This was taken last month in Poland. Gorgeous, gorgeous shot here. Maybe we'll see one like that tomorrow morning if we get lucky. So you look at the radar and satellite image, again, tracking some rain showers to the west, looking at mostly cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures will fall into the low 50s. Starting out Saturday morning dry, there's a small chance of a pop-up shower to the north early in the morning, but it doesn't look to last. I think most of Saturday is dry for most areas. Temperatures look to climb into the upper 60s. Saturday night, rain is expected to develop, especially towards Sunday morning. And check out Sunday. Looks a lot different. Looking at widespread rain and chilly weather. Temperatures look to only be in the 50s for most of Sunday afternoon. That rain eventually heads to the east by Sunday evening. Rainfall totals on Sunday look to be about a quarter to a half an inch of rain. So it's not a really heavy accumulation, but again, it does look to be widespread and persistent for most of the day. Mostly cloudy tonight, low of 52. Mostly cloudy Saturday, temperatures in the upper 60s. Storm Tracker 2's 7-day forecast. A washout Sunday, 56 for the high. The weather dries out Monday. The sun comes back out, especially in the afternoon. Monday's high 69, 74 on Tuesday. Rain looks to return on Wednesday. Showers on Thursday and Friday with highs in the upper 60s.
Bill, thank you. Coming up next.
Good evening, Jason. Good evening, everyone. It turned out to be a lovely day today. I think some of this weather spills into the weekend. Saturday looks to be the better of the 2 weekend days. Saturday's been trending drier. We've been talking about the chance for rain all week long. It looks like the rain chances on Saturday will be very, very limited. Most of the day looks dry. On Sunday, it's trending wetter and cooler. So it looks like there's a clear winner here of the 2 weekend days if you're trying to spend it outdoors. Looking ahead to next week, the weather looks to warm up. Looking at sunshine to start Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures look to be above average here. Tonight, mostly cloudy skies. Overnight lows drop into the low 50s. Again, looks like a nice Saturday. We're going to look at that weekend forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Continuing coverage now.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking the forecast heading into the weekend. It looks like Saturday is going to be the better of the 2 weekend days to spend outdoors. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 60s. We're not expecting the sunshine that we had today, but it still looks to be generally pleasant. And that's going to change Sunday. Saturday night into Sunday, a very slow-moving cold front arrives. Look at the temperatures here. We're looking at highs only in the 50s, and we think most of Sunday looks wet, especially the late mornings through early afternoon. Here's what the rain does to the pollen count. It'll knock it down for Sunday, but for the most part, while the weather stays dry, the pollen stays high. We're in that time of the year where that's going to be the case here for the next couple of weeks. With the weather getting warmer and with overnight lows getting warmer, we don't see a frost over the next 7 days. However, it's still too early to plant because we can still get frost even until the mid to end of May, even though it's too far into the future to know if that's going to happen in the world of weather forecasting. We're still recommending folks just wait another week or two just so that we can be sure. In fact, some places, especially in the Adirondacks, typically have their last frost in early June. So again, it's too early to be planting certain types of plants that are very sensitive to frost. Beautiful sunrise photo I wanted to share. This is from Russell Berry. This was taken last month in Poland. Gorgeous, gorgeous shot here. Maybe we'll see one like that tomorrow morning if we get lucky. So you look at the radar and satellite image, again, tracking some rain showers to the west, looking at mostly cloudy skies overnight. Temperatures will fall into the low 50s. Starting out Saturday morning dry, there's a small chance of a pop-up shower to the north early in the morning, but it doesn't look to last. I think most of Saturday is dry for most areas. Temperatures look to climb into the upper 60s. Saturday night, rain is expected to develop, especially towards Sunday morning. And check out Sunday. Looks a lot different. Looking at widespread rain and chilly weather. Temperatures look to only be in the 50s for most of Sunday afternoon. That rain eventually heads to the east by Sunday evening. Rainfall totals on Sunday look to be about a quarter to a half an inch of rain. So it's not a really heavy accumulation, but again, it does look to be widespread and persistent for most of the day. Mostly cloudy tonight, low 52. Mostly cloudy Saturday, temperatures in the upper 60s. Storm Tracker 2's 7-day forecast. A washout Sunday, 56 for the high. The weather dries out Monday. The sun comes back out, especially in the afternoon. Monday's high 69, 74 on Tuesday. Rain looks to return on Wednesday. Showers on Thursday and Friday with highs in the upper 60s.